Hello everyone and welcome to another unit review. Even though I am sick, that's not going to stop me from doing these unit reviews. So today we have Final Fantasy VII's Tifa, one of the newest units to be added to the game, and a unit that is definitely pulling a little bit too much on perhaps nostalgia and loving the character, but as it turns out, she ended up being really good anyway. Not only that, but I just love her sprite. Her sprite looks awesome as a 7-star. It's got a nice little fiery thing to it. They did a really good job of making her, and her limit burst is really cool. I love the callback to the slots. It shows off all her attacks. It looks great, and it looks even better in the game, and we'll show that off in a minute. And then, of course, there's Knocked Out Tifa. Anyway, so let's take a look at my Tifa's stats. Now, I put a fair amount of work into her, and normally I do these builds and I'm not very interested in best of shows, but for right now, I'm about a day and a half away from maxing out or getting the TMR from Snow, which should be a really nice boost for Tifa. But I've only got 6 attack pots out of 50 so far, so I could probably easily push 1600. And this is a dual wield build. So I have the robot trials weapon. I also have a super TMR, which, yeah, it's not remotely fair, but I do have it. So we have the God Hand from Preesh. We also have Preesh's regular TMR, because it turns out Tifa's own TMR works just so well. So her TMR, which stacks, by the way, is a Materia plus 30 attack when equipped with a Knuckle, plus 30 attack when equipped with a Hat. Very easy for her to get 60% extra bonus attack from one Materia, which is really good. It's fantastic for any Fist user. As it turns out, Preesh's stuff just works great on her. So we also have Sephiroth's clothes, we have Ifrit's Fang, and we have Desh's earrings. From there, we have the Fist Mastery from the robot trial, as well as just some generals. I haven't gotten a second of her materia yet, but after the Final Fantasy VII event is over, as you can see here, I can get her Super TMR. Let's just go back in here and take a look. YouTube popping up messages or Google Chrome popping up messages. It's okay. So her Super TMR is 170 attack Knuckle with gaining 3 Limit Burst crystals per turn. It's just another great one. It will boost my Tifa's strength even higher, and whenever the weapon enhancement event, the weapon raid comes for fists, I can improve these even more. So yeah, Tifa right now is pretty damn close to best in show. Just really need more attack pots, and I've been busy doing other things and other units as well. So let me just change back over here. By the way, you're also getting a bit of a sneak peek of who else is getting a 7-star review like right away. But let's talk about Tifa. First of all, her limit burst. It is absolutely amazing. Now, from now on, I only talk about the best version of the limit burst. So the best version is with her TMR, the 7-star plus as we are calling it, a 1450% single target 9-hit physical attack, also debuffing water element for 75 to 100% water resistance, and a single target 5-turn minus 45%, or, well, okay. I guess I said max. Let me restart. A 1450% single target 9-hit physical attack with a 5-turn debuff to the water resistance of 100% maxed out, and a 74% defense debuff for 5 turns. 5 turns is a really long time, potentially, so that's really nice. But what's more is Tifa gives herself a 300% limit burst fill rate, and that basically means she can just constantly have a limit burst charged. It's really, really, really powerful. I'm a big fan of it. 1450%, it's definitely not a super strong limit burst, but for a water element team, it's really strong. So what else does Tifa have? Well, in her kit, one of her 24 MP abilities, which is only 220% 3-hit physical attack, also gives her a self 10 turn plus 100% attack buff. That's really good for just a starting thing to give her a lot of attack. She already has a ton of attack, so being able to support herself is nice. She also has Feint, a 20% chance to dodge physical attacks with a 30% chance to counter up to 4 times. Not only that, but her Zygon flower hair, I guess it's like Zygon, her master, getting her technique, not only gives her 30% HP and 20% to spirit, it also increases her counter chances by 2 times. So this girl can not only, she has a really high percent chance to get 4 counters in, which is really awesome, and she can dodge physical attacks. Really good, I hear you say. Yes. She can, with her somersault, she can defense debuff. It's not a super strong attack, but again, it's a 5-turn debuff. So I'm really starting to enjoy the increased debuff time. It means you have to spend less turns constantly debuffing an enemy, provided they haven't done something. Anyway, she has Water Surface Kick, which I think is just Water Kick in English. It's been a while since I played Final Fantasy VII, but it's a 310% AoE one-hit water attack, which is great because she debuffs water. She has Meteor Drive, that one I know for sure, 450% single target one-hit physical attack, very nice. Dolphin Blow, a 45 MP, 330% single target one-hit water attack that debuffs water by 60% for 5 turns and adds water to her own attacks. Dolphin Blow is really, really nice. It allows her to water combo fairly easy, and it debuffs water element. Plus, a 5-turn on both of those is just long-lasting. It's fantastic. I love it. She has a ability that gives her 1 limit crystal per turn, plus a 50% attack with increase with Knuckles, which that's the only thing you really want to equip with her, and thankfully there's a fairly easy trial that gives a fairly powerful Knuckle. So that's good news. Now we get into some of the more interesting things. So first of all, Meteor Strike, 400% AoE one-hit attack, and gains 3 to 6 limit burst crystals. She can basically limit burst all day. And her Zygon combination is a 300% single target 14-hit attack at 10 frames, ignoring 50% defense. So 600% is pretty good. So anyone who can chain with, Tifa's kind of like Sephiroth in a way. She can chain with potentially a lot of people. And speaking of which, let's talk about Final Heaven. Final Heaven for 68 MP is a 575% single target 7-hit Holy Explosion frames physical attack with 75% extra each use for a max of 1100%. It's the strongest Holy Explosion in the game by far, and simply this just makes Tifa as a chainer one of the most valuable chainers in the game, especially for long fights. She can just continually build on her chaining again and again and again and again, and since she's, well, she has this ability called Twin Hands, which gives her 30% attack and wields 2 weapons. So she can dual wield, which means she can double cast very easily. You don't have to waste a spot putting dual wield on her. And, oh yeah, she can Holy Explosion chain. It's just perfect. And that's only in her 6-star, because now we get to her 7-star. So, with equipped with her TMR, which you want to equip because you're going to be using Knuckles, as well as you are going to want to be using hats too. You just get an extra 30% attack, and you upgrade her limit burst, and you gain an extra 40% attack when dual wielding. And since she can naturally dual wield, why the hell not? From there, she has Overdrive, a 64 MP ability which on a 4-turn cooldown, available turn 1, self 15,000 HP heal split over 3 turns, and a 300 MP heal split over 3 turns. Also gives herself a plus 200% attack increase. A bird just flew by. For 3 turns, and a 3-turn plus 200% limit burst fill rate, granting an ability that she can use for 1 turn. That ability is a 2300 single target, 1-hit physical attack, filling 10 limit burst crystals. Now, all of these limit burst crystals, Tifa's limit burst only costs 20 crystals, meaning you can charge it. It's amazing. It's not the most powerful, but you can be using it constantly, which debuffs water and defense. Really like it. Fired Up gives her 30% to defense and spirit and a natural limit burst fill rate of plus 100%, because why not? She's just amazing already. And her other cooldown ability, 7th Heaven, on a 77 MP, available turn 3, 2-turn cooldown, 670% AoE 7-hit attack with 10 frames physical attack, ignoring 50% defense. So about a 1350% 7-hit attack that can just, I'm pretty sure, be dual used. 10 frames is a little weird, but there are some 10 frame attacks that could potentially use this. Still, it's great. She gives herself an extra 20% MP, and her last one, 20% attack, defense, HP, and 50% modifier for Stroke Rush, Somersault, Water Kick, Meteor Drive, Dolphin Blow, Meteor Strike, Final Heaven, Overdrive, and a 75% increase for Zygon Combination and 7th Heaven. Basically, getting her up to level 120 makes her attacks stronger than they already were, and sure, why not? I won't complain, but don't you feel that it's just a little bit too much? In general, Alum did right by her. She's an awesome chainer that can chain with a ton of units, and a lot of stuff in her kit that means she doesn't have to rely on anybody else. So we're going to show her off, and we're going to show her off with her new best friend, Sephiroth. Sephiroth? I'm going to blame the sickness. But anyway, let's show off her Holy Explosion chaining, which is one of the things we're really, really interested in without doing anything. Now, of course, the damages, I'm pretty sure, are not going to be quite as good. I don't think they fixed the damage bug yet. We're also going to be using MP regen here, just so we can keep up with it, because I don't have enough MP pots yet. Whoops, that was a flub a bit. But without increasing either of the characters that much, pretty good. But again, we can just keep doing this kind of thing, where every time that Tifa is using this, she is getting stronger. So, in theory, Tifa is a really, really great unit to bring into any long-term fight. We will be using, well, we'll just use Mix for now. So my Tifa can become stronger in a short amount of time. Once the 7 event is over, I really won't need the bonus units, so then I can fuse them in. I can also get an extra version of her TMR just to be on the safe side for her, free up some space. It's a really nice position to be in. People out there being like, oh, you're bragging. And yes, I am. I most definitely am. Nope, not it. That. I want MP. Keep the MP train coming. So now let's take a look at her stats. She's up to 1833%. That's amazing for a dual wielder. Up until now, the highest I've been able to get is pretty much Orlando, and Sephiroth will get his own video, don't worry. Now we're up to 9 million. You can see that we're just going to keep banging out a lot per turn. And without a chain capper, it just ends up being super awesome. Just super, super awesome. And defend, and there we go. Almost 10 million by the end of 5 turns. And chaining damage-wise, it's pretty good, without elemental resistance or killers. That's something to note too. I don't have Diablos or Human Killer put on either of these characters yet, because I wanted to show them off without killers, without elemental. They're not technically elemental chaining at all. But yes, so basically we're going to go back in because we have a lot of different... I would like to show off a lot of her attacks, particularly her cooldowns, because I haven't even seen them yet. So this time we are not going to use anybody, but we are going to be using MP regeneration to make sure that we have lots of nice MP going. Plus, we can start by using her self-buff, which will unlock her 70 attack and puts her up to a 935% dual wield for how many turns again was it? Oh yeah, it is 3 turns. That's a pretty good 3-turn buff for herself. And we want to find, where is it? There it is. This is the 7-hit. This is the 1-turn ability that you can use. So let's see it unchained. And it gets double casted. She basically just did how much damage again? 10 million damage on her own without needing anybody. So, and in theory, you could do it a lot better to have it being so that that was a lot of different words all at once that didn't really mean that much, but you can have it so that you basically combo into different abilities, debuffing water, adding water to your attacks, then using the boost, then hitting the enemy with that. So that way you're getting a water element on your attack too. Tifa is really, really damaging. So now we're going to show off her 7th heaven. Really cool ability, really looks awesome. Again, for just by herself, she's doing really incredible. Next up, we will be showing off... I'm not sure what to show off. Let us do Zagan combination, which is 60 MP. That's the Preesh one. So Preesh's DMR also has her own ability, but we want to use the Zagan combination for now. So yeah, Tifa's pretty damn strong. And now, let's show off her Limit Burst. So you got the slot mechanic shown off there. It's got it's got a total of 9 hits. You get to see all of her attacks, and it debuffs the enemy. And I have to put everyone else just waiting. Feels good. In general, what do I think about Tifa? Tifa is just awesome. I think she is an incredible unit and fantastic for anyone just starting the game. When we talk about damage dealers, this is a damage dealer that kind of just looks after herself. If you could roll a brand new account and you're wondering, is Tifa enough? Yes, she can chain with a ton of characters. I haven't even calculated all the characters that she can chain with yet, because I have too many units that I'm focusing on, and I can't focus on all of them. Speaking of which, Sephiroth, but for now, Tifa is an amazing character to get to start the game. She's a fantastic damage dealer. She can do a massive amount of work for you, and she's a great chainer and self-reliant even. So basically, two big thumbs up. She ended up being more than just a fan character. I think she's awesome. And I look forward to making her up to 16, somewhere between 16 and 1700% dual wield in the near future. So that's all for now, and I will see you all in the next unit review, which will be Sephiroth. It will be Sephiroth. I haven't forgotten about doing Knight Delita yet, but it's Sephiroth next. I gotta do a video on this guy. So I will see you all in the next video.